everybody, to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks. Thank you for listening to the show, coming at you live from the Belmont studio. And what you're hearing is the Zack Attack, Friends Forever, by Zack Morris, Lisa Turtle, Kelly Kapowski, and AC Slater of Saved by the Bell. Amber is in the studio with me. Amber, what's up? How's it going?
Today was a good day.
Today has been one of the best days I've had in a long time. A lot has happened. And I think about what all I've done today. It's been full. It started out by us meeting Zack Morris.
We met Paul Gosselaar today.
From Saved by the Bell.
Which, unfortunately, I went dumb today when I was talking to Mark Paul. And I did make sure that I mentioned Off the Cuff. I pointed directly at Adam and said, he has a podcast, and every time we do an episode, we watch Saved by the Bell immediately after.
Yeah, we do. And he looked at that and he was like, awesome.
Yeah.
So
it was like that look where he was like, I wonder if this woman's really married, or is she one of those girls?
We went to Comic-Con and we got to meet Paul Gosselaar. That was cool. It was surreal meeting him because I've watched Mark Paul play Zack Morris on Saved by the Bell for so many years.
So one of the things that, Banks did not want to go. Like, I want to preface this entire conversation with, you did not want to go at all. Like, you weren't feeling it.
No, I mean, I was considering not going.
And so yesterday, we were, trying to coordinate time to hang out, and you were like, I ain't going. And I immediately gave you so much shit. And then in the middle of the conversation, he says, I have to go because if I see a picture of you and Zack Morris, I'm going to be jealous.
Well, you don't understand. Like, I've watched Saved by the Bell for years. It used to come on TBS every day, daily, from 4 to 6. It would show 4 episodes straight. And it would start from the Miss Bliss days all the way to the college years. It would show. I remember watching the college years in primetime. I grew up with those characters. Yep. Saved by the Bell. You did too. We watch those shows still in rerun. Whenever I see Saved by the Bell on, I sit down and I have to watch it. It just captivates me. And Zack was just, for me, Zack was just so cool growing up. He was who everybody wanted to be.
He was who everybody wanted to, be around.
He was the most popular high school kid to ever exist.
He was the all-American, popular high school.
He was Ferris Bueller of our generation.
That is hilarious that you say that because we've had many discussions over Mark Paul's hair. And in the middle of me trying to find some information about the coloring of his hair, I found an interview that he'd done with Jimmy Fallon where he said, I went through the Vanilla Ice stage, so that's what gave me that hair. Where
he shaved his sides. Every season, Saved by the Bell, every season they were canceled.
They were.
So they didn't know if they were coming back. So Mark Paul would die. He would let his hair go back to normal. And then all at once, they're like, okay, guys, we're going to record more episodes because we're coming back. So he'd have to dye his hair and it would be completely different. So it was just really cool getting to meet him. Him as a person was chill. He had a very calm energy. He was really soft-spoken.
He was very soft-spoken and very clean.
Very clean. Very polite.
Very, very polite.
Yes.
He was very... He two-armed hugged me.
He did. You did get a hug from Zack Morris.
I did, a two-armed hug.
You teared up when you met him.
I did.
Why?
Well, I mean, if I look over to the television that's in the studio, guess what's on?
You see Zack Morris.
We're watching Saved by the Bell right now.
Yeah.
We're actually watching Mark Paul's favorite
episode, the Hawaii episode. When they went to Hawaii.
He's right here. And you and I have been able to, super bond over this last year of kind of doing we do weird things. A lot of you people know we do weird things. But we come in here in the studio and we sit down and we, whatever is going on in our life, whether it be bad or good, we kind of set it to the side and we turn on Saved by the Bell and it's like we're in the 6th grade hanging out again.
It is surreal just watching him on television right now. I can't get over that I interacted with Zack Morris because, to me, like I was saying, watching Zack, he was cool. He always got the hottest girl. He got Kelly Kapowski. I mean, he got all the girls.
It always worked out for him.
It always worked out for him. He could get out of any scheme. He had friends. He had money. He had it all, man. He had his own phone. His room in Saved by the Bell was... I wanted Zack Morris's room, man.
He had a computer in the early 90s in his bedroom.
Yeah, he had a large picture of Magic Johnson there on his door. He had a big queen-size bed.
He did.
He had it had a big, nice view. It was nice.
It was nice.
And Saved by the Bell is just a national treasure. Paul Gosselaar is a national treasure.
He is a national treasure.
That role of Zack Morris will never die.
No, and when we were walking around today, I noticed there were a group of, I'm going to call them children. I would say they were 12 to 15, and they were talking about Zack Morris's trash.
They were?
They were talking about Zack Morris's trash.
There was so much I wanted to say to him. I wanted to bring up that YouTube series, Zack Morris's Trash, to see if he's watched it or what he thinks of it, but my mind went blank. I didn't know what to say to him.
What are we supposed to say to him?
Well, it's like, how do you just bring that stuff up, man?
Exactly.
Like, you can't just throw it out.
Like an interaction, like where we could have
talked for about 10, 15 minutes. Like,
then yeah.
Like, how do you just sit there when you only have literally like 45 seconds? So
no, I think we got about a minute and a half. We had a little bit of time. Well, he did interact with us.
He did interact with us. How long was it?
Well, he started interacting with us while he was still doing the autograph for the girl in front of us.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately I said too loudly, I can't look at him. And I'm assuming the gentleman that was there with him, maybe his assistant, said, yeah, I'm not allowed to look at him either. And like they made a joke and they were bantering back and forth and then bantering kind of at us. And then, he made reference of me not crying, and you complimented him on his jacket.
Yeah, I liked his jacket. I said, I like your jacket, man. He said, I appreciate it, man. And I was like, that's awesome. Zack Morris appreciated
my
compliment.
Your compliment.
So I was like, that's cool. Me and Zack are cool now. So we are friends forever. That's why I wanted to come into that song.
We are friends forever now.
You, Zack, we're all friends.
Do you remember the conversation that we had when we were standing there?
Me, you, and Zack?
When we were waiting on Mark Paul to come around the corner.
No.
I said, it's not just us. It's me, you, and him.
And me, you,
and Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah. We all know each other now.
We all know each other now.
So, Mark, check out your Instagram and tag the photo of me, you, and Emerald there. It's, you know about the podcast. Check it out. We told you all about it.
I did tell him about.
I also got to meet Kane, the WWE superstar who I have watched since I was like 9 years old, Amber. And so there was not really a big line yet to meet Kane.
No, but so I'm very punctual, and so I made everybody get up this morning.
It was smart of you to make us get there early, so thank you for that. But I didn't know what to say to him. So I walked straight up to him, and I said, hey, man, I just wanted to meet you real quick. I wanted to tell you I was a big fan. I remember, you from your first match to Taker to the time you and Stone Cold threw Paul Bear through the septic tank. And he laughed. And I made the Big Red Machine laugh.
And see, all I was seeing was, because I kind of stood over to the side. I stood on the other side of the carpet and let you have your moment.
So you could see it.
So I could hear the laughing, but I got so tickled myself because I looked over there and, Banks is a small, you're petite.
Yes.
And I look over and I just see this big old, ginormous man towering over you with this,
7
half
feet.
Mask on.
Yeah.
And he's laughing, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I had the Big Red Machine rolling. But I think he was laughing at me because I was so nervous, and he could tell I was nervous because, you got to keep in mind, I'm 31 years old. I've watched Kane. I've watched this man on TV since I was 9. Yeah. So I was meeting him, and I was just, looking at him, man, and, I was like, wow, you're Kane, dude. Whoa. And so I just brought up college basketball. I was, he's also the mayor of Knoxville. Yep. And I said, how far do you have Tennessee going in the tournament? And he said, I got him in the championship. And I said, you're crazy. And when
You said you're crazy.
I said, you're crazy to Kane. And he said, okay. He laughed.
He laughed.
And then he said, okay. And then I was just like, oh, man, I really didn't mean to say, you're crazy. But I was just like, yeah, man, well, it was nice to meet you. I was like, I just wanted to let you know I was a big fan. He said, hey, buddy, it was good to meet you too. So I was like, yep. And then that was it. But that was cool.
That was cool.
I got to meet Kane, and I made Kane laugh. How many people could say they made the Big Rim Machine laugh?
I don't know what I would even say if I got that close to him, because he would tower over me as well.
Well, if he could break me with just, like...
I think we talked about that.
With one hand. Like, he could literally, like, throw me across the room.
I think we said he was going to kick you and it'd be over.
Could you imagine, like, if he just, like, got pissed and got offended to what I said and just, like, because I'm grown.
Yeah.
I'm grown. You
ain't 9-year-old Banks no more.
I know, I'm grown like David Little. And what if he stood up and he said, "You know what? I don't like your attitude."
And he hit you with a chair.
Or he just grabbed me by the shirt.
And done a tombstone.
Or
he did the tombstone.
He didn't do the tombstone, but oh man, that would hurt. But like, what if he just like picked me up and like threw me? He set JR on fire on wrestling. He did. He set JR on fire. Kane didn't play around.
I don't think he's gonna set you on fire. He's a very weird looking man though, without his mask.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I think about some of the stuff that he did and the stuff he was involved in, because he was involved in so many legendary matches, and I was sitting there talking to him. I've never really met a wrestler. That was my first wrestler.
No, I met Triple H.
You met Triple H?
We've talked about this.
I thought you saw up close and personal Triple H like at an event. You met him? You talked to him?
Yeah. Well, it was very similar to today. It's, "Hey, how you doing?" Somewhere there is a picture of all of us standing near Triple H.
What did you say to the game?
I'm pretty sure I was just like, "Hello." I was 20.
Dude, if I met anybody like the Game or the Rocker, Stone Cold is my ultimate person I want to meet. When I meet him, I think he's just going to be cool as hell to meet.
I think so too.
Yeah, so I really look forward to meeting Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it's going to happen.
We're going to have to keep a lookout for him. See if he goes to any cons.
I wanted to meet Kel Mitchell.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he was at his Q&A.
Yep.
So we didn't get to meet Kel.
The
Sons of Anarchy main character was there.
Yeah, Ryan Hurst was there.
And I don't watch that show, so I would walk right by him and not even know who he was.
Yeah. Tom Kenny was there. And, I very much appreciate...
the voice of SpongeBob.
Voice actors in general, because my absolute complete starstruck moment was John Kaser, Tales from the Crypt.
Do you think Peter Griffin or Seth MacFarlane would ever come to a Comic-Con?
I think he does do the Comic-Con in California.
I think big ones?
The big one. I think they all do the big one.
And how much is your tickets out there?
I would say they're probably a lot more than what we paid today.
I would say so. But I would say the lines are outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
The lines out there to meet these celebrities and stuff.
We lucked out completely today. I think God knew that if everything did not go in my favor of meeting and getting a photo with Paul Gosselaar, that I was going to have a torrential meltdown.
I was confident that we were going to meet Mark Paul.
I was not.
I was. And you know why I was? Because you were determined. And I'll tell you why. You make it happen, Amber. I've been with you so many times where I really didn't think it was happening. Let me explain my case. Case number 1, Jerry Springer. We show up. They say only 2 people of you 3 can get in. It was me, you, and your roommate. And you looked at Ashley and you said, "Sorry, me and Adam, we love Jerry, so we're going in." And somehow it just worked out.
It just worked out.
And we all got in.
Second
case, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
You didn't have your ID.
I did not have my wallet. I literally stuck my credit card in my front pocket.
And I talked to you like you were a dog. And
you cussed me all to hell.
And the producer said, "You know what? You guys can go on."
They literally heard us fighting so much that I don't think they wanted to deal with us. I honestly don't. I think that they just knew they're going to brawl.
Yeah, and they said, "You know what? You guys can just go on in."
Just go on in.
And it worked out. And then now this, I was like, you know what? I'm with the person who, at the end of the day, she's going to make it happen. I was like, I'm confident because I know you would freak out if you didn't meet him. And I knew that you would make sure it happened. Yep. And guess what?
It did.
We were the second or third people in line to meet Zack Morris, and we did. And it was all smooth. And it was really cool. going with you, it was like we didn't stick around long, and we had a goal. We went there, met the people we wanted to meet and interact with, and bounced.
Yep, we looked at a couple things. I will say, Comic-Con, completely impressed.
Very much so. I recommend the event to anybody. I will go back every year. I loved it.
It was very cool. Nicely laid out.
Organized.
It was very organized. Easy process. Grabbed, and they actually gave like lanyard badges.
Yes.
And
it was.
We're going to be able to keep them.
Yeah, as souvenirs.
So that I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was really cool though that we actually got to keep the souvenirs, the what do you call them?
The lanyard.
The lanyards.
Yep.
And it was very organized. Like, we got in line, we stood in line, and then they let us in, and we just walked down to the booth we wanted to go, and we
were down on Rupp's floor.
We could have stayed a little bit longer and went to the Q&As, because, Kel Mitchell had a Q&A, Paul Gosselaar had a Q&A.
Oh, everybody had a Q&A. Everybody had a Q&A. So I would say a lot of those were probably...
Not a lot of people. Only the interesting people. Maybe Tom Kenny.
I mean, there were a lot of interesting people. I mean...
That's true.
You had the wrestling, so I'm sure they probably put the bulk of them together. So you had Sting, Edge, Christian, Kane... I feel like there was maybe one other one. So I'm sure they probably put all them together and done their Q&A. They had the Power Rangers there. Put them together.
Oh, man. I wanted to meet the Power Rangers. I forgot about them.
Yeah, the Power Rangers.
Why didn't we go meet them?
I don't remember seeing them.
Did they have a line?
Weren't there today. Because I don't remember. Because we walked around Celebrity Row 3 times.
No, I think they were.
I don't remember them.
Shoot. Because the Red Ranger was there. But you know what? I would like to start going to these places if they're close, like Louisville, Cincinnati. If it's somebody I want to meet, I don't care to travel to meet them.
I was talking with my husband today, and I have met a lot of cool people, and I usually meet them through cons. And today, case in point, you really got to see, because I think you went with me in 2012 when I met Sir Christopher Sarandon.
I don't even know who I met. Who all did I meet?
You met Christopher Sarandon with me that day.
And you got to explain to the people who these people are.
Christopher Sarandon, he's known for, he's in Child's Play, most notably known for The Princess Bride and Fright Night. So I met him because of my love of him in Fright Night. And in that movie, there's a guy called Evil Ed. I cannot think of his real name. But he was right beside him. We met him as well. You went up and shook Dee Wallace's hand.
Dee Wallace, is she from Cujo?
Cujo, E.T.
E.T., yes. I did talk to her. She was chill.
She was chill. And then we noticed that there was nobody at Scout Taylor Compton's line.
Scout, I used to follow her on Twitter, but I think she went... I don't know. What's wrong with Scout?
Well, so... I have this thing.
She's from Halloween.
She
played Laurie Strode from Rob Zombie.
And she was really pretty. She was a pretty little girl. But when I made a comment, I guess a hand and foot comment that I said, you're little itty bitty thing. And I didn't mean like your career is itty bitty. I meant like physically she was probably like 90 pounds.
Yeah.
And I just meant, whoa, you're making me feel big. And she looked at us and was like, well, I'm doing more projects. And if you listen to this, Scout, I was not saying that by any means because I loved your performance in the Halloween remake.
Yeah, you're very tiny, and that's what Amber was saying.
You're just a very tiny human being.
Not your career.
Not your career.
Maybe your career now, but not when Amber said it.
Not when we met you.
No.
Not when we met you.
No, there was no offense taken. So, yeah, the
coolest one was we did meet Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies. Douglas, I never can remember his last name. But his first name is Douglas. And
the Candyman. We met the Candyman.
We did meet the Candyman. I forgot about you meeting the Candyman.
I was impressed by him. And I liked him because I remember
him a question.
I asked him, I said, there's a part of the movie in Final Destination. I talked to him a lot. I said, there's a part that me and my roommates used to crack up at you saying. And it was like, you don't want to bleep with that Mac Daddy. And he said it. And I loved it. And
you asked him about
what he was
in the movie.
In the movie, and
Well, he told you that the next movie that was coming, was it season, or was it the 5?
Yeah.
And he said that you would know by the end of that.
Yeah.
I think I just need to watch it because it was probably there and you just didn't catch it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch that. What was it? Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Douglas, I cannot think of his last name, but anyways, we did meet him, and, he was actually really nice. He did not charge us at all to take a photo with us. I think he was just shocked that here is this young girl walking up to him describing the first 2 Hellraisers.
Yeah.
And he probably, unbeknownst to him, he didn't realize that 5-year-old me in 1993, when Zack Morris was in Hawaii, I was at home watching Hellraiser.
Yeah, it was. I give Comic-Con a 10 out of 10. I recommend anybody to go. It was a fun event. I will go next year.
It was definitely fun. They done a good job.
I will go next year. And next time, I want to... We'll go, we'll stay, we'll make more of a day of it.
We will. We'll make more of a day of it. I knew that if we would have tried, neither one of us...
I don't know, Sunday was so
able
chill.
to pay attention to each other because we were reeling off of what we had just done.
Yeah.
We've literally watched Saved by the Bell every day, year and a half, day in, day out. Even when we're not together, like if we're just chilling, like...
Yeah, I watch Saved by the Bell all the time. Like, sometimes I'll be laying in the bed,
and
there ain't nothing else to watch. I'm just like, man, I'll watch Saved by the Bell, screw it.
Yeah, it's always a fail-safe.
Yeah.
And we're meeting the person who has shared the room with us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was honestly like walking up to
the
one
TV
of your best
screen.
friends.
Yeah, it was.
That was what it was like. It was like walking up to one of your best friends.
It was weird because, you walked up to Zach, that's who you thought it was. Like, you walk up to him and you're like, oh, wow. It's like, dude, I know you. It's like, yeah, I know you.
Yeah, like, I feel like I know a persona that you have. He does have a new show out right now, and Wiley really likes it.
The Passage.
The Passage. I have watched the first couple of episodes.
Is it good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, so I think I'm going to have to go through and maybe watch it a little bit more.
I don't like sci-fi. I don't know if I'll like it.
But it's Zack Morris.
Dead Man on Campus. Why didn't I bring that up?
I don't know. I didn't think... You brought up the Lifetime movie. Why did you bring up the Lifetime movie?
I panicked.
Okay, so I don't feel as bad talking about you having a podcast.
Yeah, I panicked because...
You brought up the Lifetime movie.
I did. I panicked. I didn't know what to say. Like, I said, okay, Adam, say something else that he was in. I said to myself, okay, Adam, say something else that he...
Just say anything right now.
I said, say something else that he was in. Name another project that was not Saved by the Bell. I was like, hey, and you also did that, Lifetime movie where you were in the Army. And he looked at me and was just like, and which one was that? And then I was like, Amber, help me out here.
No, you were like the one where you're in the Army. And he was like, okay.
Oh, yeah, he knew that. Yeah, he said, oh, yeah, that was fun. Remember, he said that was fun?
That was fun.
I was like, okay, thank God he remembered that. And then why didn't I think Dead Man on Campus? Because I love that movie.
I know, it's such a... But he did say something while we were there.
What'd he say?
So, the lady right in front of us was talking about Breckenmeyer. Very, very, very well known. He has been in some of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. He was on Road Trip, and he was in, why am I blanking? What was the show they were on together?
Franklin and Bash.
Franklin and Bash. Mark Paul did make mention that they are doing a reboot to Franklin and Bash. They're going to do a 2-hour movie to tie up loose ends. I'm very excited for that.
Do they have a good relationship?
They do. They're actually good friends.
Good.
They are good friends.
I can see.
And it's funny because if you watch, Brecken will be like the best friend because they're in an interview one time and somebody starts asking Mark Paul questions about Dustin Diamond.
Yeah.
None of them like to talk about Dustin Diamond. I don't even like talking about Dustin Diamond. And Brecken fielded the questions and was like, he's a dick, I'll kick him in the face.
I've seen that interview.
Yeah.
I do like Mark Paul, and I could have named anything. I could have named Franklin and Bash, could have named Dead Man on Campus, I could have named NYPD Blue.
NYPD Blue.
I could have named that. He was on that for 4 seasons. But I named the Lifetime movie.
You named the Lifetime movie.
Zach, what would Zach have said to me? He would have told me to leave the table at the Max. He wouldn't have let me sit down.
He would not have let you sit down.
But
you would have been
The nerd.
The nerd.
Yeah, because Zach, I was like, oh wow, like I was like, say something, besides Say with the Bell. I was like, why didn't I say Dead Man on Campus?
I don't know.
Because I love that
movie. I was
movie.
just so happy that you were taking the heat off of me because I sounded dumb.
We wasn't smooth
we were not smooth
all around Zach. Like, it was way too, like...
awkward.
It was, like, awkward. There was...
I told you, he thanked me for not crying.
Well, when people meet... Like, I hear a lot of people, they'll say, oh, yeah, I met him. I sit at the bar with him, or I talked with him for a while, whatever. Or I'll hear people, like, say, oh, yeah, he was at the Hyatt, or he came up to my room. Whatever. Like, I will gladly admit, I didn't know what to do.
No.
I was like a fish in water. I was like, Zach, man,
I did appreciate that man, though. There was a gentleman standing over in Dog the Bounty Hunter's line. And as soon as Mark Paul walked in, set his cup of coffee down, which you called, he would be drinking, by the way, that guy hollers across a line of people and says, hey, Zach. And Mark Paul just goes, hey.
Yes.
He just said, hey.
Do you have the video?
I do.
Play the video. Play the audio of that. That was a cool moment. It was on my Snapchat. You can follow that Snapchat at Adam_Banks and watch that Snapchat that I posted of Mark Paul Gosselaar speaking to.
Hey, Zach. Hey. Inside by the bell. I ain't you over here. I will be.
Dude, and like, you hear his voice?
Yeah.
That's the voice from Saved by the Bell.
That's the voice from Saved by the Bell. But now we're not there anymore, and he's just coming through another speaker. That's what I always hate. Is even when I go back and I relive those memories, it's not right in my ear anymore. That was literally 45 seconds of my life.
Yeah.
And it's gone. That moment is gone.
Yeah, that moment is gone. Moments are, what do they call them? Fleeting, right?
Fleeting.
What's that? When you think about that, it's something else to think about how fast moments pass by. And we'll probably never see Mark Paul Gosselaar ever again.
No. Well,
that was a moment captured in time.
I'm going to say this, and it's going to be very awkward. I have been blessed to see Pauly Shore continuously, because my love for Pauly Shore is one that just can't be matched. But I have been lucky to see him multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people, that keep coming around that you never know who you're going to form a relationship with.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like I said a lot of things. I don't know. I get starstruck around people that I really, really want to meet. Now, I'm telling you, I'm being serious. If I don't care about you, I don't get nervous. Because I saw people from the Sons of Anarchy. I was like, what if?
Yeah, I just keep
I'd
walking.
see people from The Office. What if? One mark right by me.
Leslie was actually very funny. I think he had to go to the restroom because he jumped up and ran across the hallway. So it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, I care about them as people, I understand that. But I won't get starstruck. But if I like you and I really want to meet you, I get nervous.
You know who we didn't meet, though?
Kel.
Gold Dust.
I really wanted to meet Gold Dust, and I'm very disappointed because he wasn't there.
I think he was also
in the Q&A?
Doing something. I think he was doing something.
I loved it when he divorced his wife on national television, Terry Reynolds.
Oh, you made me watch it. We didn't even see Dog the Bounty Hunter either.
Would you have brought that up to Gold Dust?
You were kind of forcing me to. Because you continuously talked about it. I think because you subconsciously knew that I was going to get up there and blank and think about the first thing that came to mind, which is probably exactly what you done, because we were talking about Mark Paul's filmography last night, and I brought up the Lifetime movie.
That's right.
So that's probably why it was very fresh in your brain.
I should have got you back. I needed you to bring up him dumping his wife, because what if he would have been like... I'm like, dude, you put it out there.
I mean,
it was boom, but whatever. But I think he would have been cool.
I think he would have too.
I think he would have been real cool. We're going to make more of a day of it next time.
We will. We'll make more of a day. We need to look around at some of the cons, and
it's going to be cool. A whole new, fresh crop of people.
Yep.
Like, there's so many people that I think I would be like, yes, this is cool. And I love it because when you meet them, you never know what to expect. You
don't. I have met stars that I thought were going to be complete dicks, But Matthew Lillard is probably one of the sweetest human beings I've ever encountered.
Matthew Lillard is the guy from Scream. He's the killer from
Scream. And he's in a lot of other things. He's in The Good Girls right now. It's a TV show.
What's his name in Scream? It's not.
It's Stu.
Stu.
No. Is it Stu?
It's Stu.
And
he dated Neve Campbell.
Did he?
He did.
I feel like he's dated a lot of people.
He was dating her during Scream 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on set visiting her during Scream 2.
Okay.
He's actually in Scream 2 at the party.
Uh-huh.
He's as an Easter egg.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. We met Cary Elwes, also from The Princess Bride, but he's from the Saw movies. And he actually, I remember when he came, it was a controversy.
Yeah.
Because he set up like a curtain,
Mm-hmm.
and he only let so many people in at a time, so it was more intimate. And you got about 5 minutes with him. So that is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back.
It's going to be fun.
We do. We got to go back. And when we do, I want it to be people that we want to meet. I don't want to go if there's nobody there that I really want to see. But there always is.
There's always going to be somebody.
They always get a diverse group. And I really appreciate it. This is not the voice of Mark Paul Gosselaar, by the way.
That was actually your main question. We were going to ask him if this is his true singing voice. I can assure you it's not.
I don't think it is, no.
No,
I think
it's not.
No. That's definitely lip singing.
Terrible lip singing. The lip singing.
I would love it if they had like a Comic-Con where the whole cast was there, like
Even Dustin.
all of them. Lark, Mario, Tiffany Amber, Elizabeth Berkley, all of them.
All of them.
That was such a... I loved it. The Zack Attack, they rival California Dreams.
I enjoy California Dreams, though.
I do.
Don't wake me up.
Do you ever watch that song?
Never watched that one.
Do you ever watch that show?
I used to a lot when I was little.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Adam Banks. That is Amber. This is Off the Cuff. And we will see you in the next episode.
Serve dudes with attitude.